Hello and welcome to the City Pigeons podcast with your great, handsome, and funny host, Eric Fink.
What's up, Finky?
What's up, guys? We got my
Finky?
friends
How
Mike
are you?
Meach over here. We got Tommy Donuts. Oh, we got Mark Goodhart here. Embiid's witch doctor with us. We got Rocky
where's
ready to
Rock?
come up.
What up?
Rocky
He's the
B-ball
only
about to drop
horizontal
20.
motherfucker.
What up, fellas?
And
Yo, can you go
we're missing
vertical?
one person.
I mean, can you go horizontal instead of vertical?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into a nice, comfortable spot here that wasn't loud. I didn't want you guys hearing the sounds of basketballs bouncing all around.
No, Rock,
so.
I'm saying turn your phone the horizontal instead of you have it up and down. That's
There we go.
Now you fit in
So
perfectly.
we got four boxes. We're missing one person. What's his
We're not
name?
missing anyone. I don't think so.
I think we're good.
Jesse.
That guy. We'll do it without him. So Jesse's not here. Jesse's on vacation. He's at Lake Tahoe. He's going snowboarding. I know nothing about Lake Tahoe except for it's in Nevada.
And California.
Yeah, I said that too. In California too. Is it in California?
I'm sure Rock's been there. Is he did he leave or is he
Rock, are you there?
So, for those that
I'm
don't
here.
know, Rocky B-ball is a few minutes.
Sorry,
away
I'm
from
having-
his 8:25 basketball game, and he's going to
Yeah.
attempt to mute and let us observe in the background their
Right.
whack layup line.
Rock?
You
You
don't
ever
wanna
take
see
that Lake Tahoe trip with them?
Oh, yeah, I've been out there at least like 3 or 4 times. I'm going out on
Tahoe's
Saturday,
nice.
actually.
Squall,
I'm going out to-
heavenly.
Yeah, I'm going out to go meet them on Saturday out there.
Oh, nice.
So-
Good for you.
Yeah,
I'll be working all weekend, pal.
Yeah, I
That
didn't get
sounds
invited
terrible.
either.
I mean,
I didn't get
you
invited.
don't like this. You don't like the snow, so that's why
You
you
don't
get
know.
invited.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Actually, yeah, we discussed this last episode how you do like to go take pictures of the snow. So maybe I'll
I'll
invite
upload
you
a
next
couple-
trip.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, hold on, just to get a quick glimpse of what's going on here. Let me give you guys a quick glimpse of what's going on. I'm getting ready to get up in some of this action. See that?
Looks like we got some bums on the line over there.
Straight up bums. Anyway,
What facility is that, Rock?
we're at the Kaiserman Jewish Community Center.
JCC out there in City Line Ave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry about my camera being all over the place, but I'm trying to
Rock,
find a
did you hear-
comfortable place to chill.
Rock, did you hear about the league that we had out there years ago?
Yeah, I heard you used to run shit.
We until the league got shut down because they had fights and there was like a gambling ring involving the refs and everything. It was like a whole situation.
What? I didn't hear all
Yeah, they shut
that.
it down for a few years.
Were they relatives
Fights.
of Tim Donahue?
The first week of the league.
He
this
is from
year,
Delco.
The first
Yeah.
the first week of the league this year, there was a physical fight between one of the new members and a veteran of the league who's a bit of a hothead. Got into a physical altercation week 1 about who knows what. I don't. It's a rec league, a bunch of old men running around. I don't know why you need to fight, but some people just have that. They have that demeanor about them that.
Wait. That brings up a good question. When was the last time? Because we've all played a lot of ball. When was the last time you witnessed a physical fight
Well, I
On
was
the
in
court?
the same.
during a run?
I was in the same league, and I was waiting for. We were the next game, and these two guys got into it. Remember that, Rock? One dude, he flipped out on the ref. He tried. I think he tried to fight the ref, and then just walked out of the gym, and no one ever saw him again.
Yeah, that was actually my game. It wasn't me, but it was a guy on my team. I was in that game. I remember that.
So
he has
this
been
is
since
I
kicked
I
out
used
the
to be
league.
in this league.
Yeah. But yeah, there were some hotheads in there. They had both been kicked out as of now. So, but yeah, I'm about to get into it. About to drop a 20 piece, probably 25.
All right,
maybe.
Rock. Good luck, man.
Rock, you keep
Yeah,
saying that, but every time we get the post ball call,
If you
it's
keep
a little bit-
saying it, eventually it'll be true.
right. 4
Yeah, I mean,
plus
it's-
4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2.
Speak it into
It's happened.
existence.
It's happened many times. So What's up with you guys? How you guys doing? Taking over the shows?
We're gonna try to. So I guess we're gonna have to mute you now, so Fink can get back on, get the show back on the rails here. Since I'm sure Jesse's thrilled. We spent the first 10 minutes talking
Yeah,
about.
you're making me dizzy walking in circles in the lobby of
Jesse's gonna
the
kill
Kaiser
me.
JCC, bro.
When I'm about to warm up, I'll give you guys the thumbs up to pull me back in.
All
All
right.
right. But I kind of want
All
to
right,
talk
we
to you
got
guys
you.
for a minute. I'll find a nice spot where I can just sit down and just chill.
All right, we ain't going anywhere.
Still camera. All right.
Later.
Bye, Rock. So going
Hey,
off of that, since Rock's playing basketball, let's go into the basketball portion of this chat and let's
Look
talk
at
about
that
Joel
segue,
Embiid.
like a you were born to host almost. That was a
That-
great segue
Seamless.
You guys
from basketball to
been
basketball.
burying me in the minors, man. I just need my call up. So
You
let's
got your
talk
little
about Joel
subliminal
Embiid.
promotion there for the Flyers. It's very product placement is on point. I like it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mark. I'm just drinking my Wawa iced tea out of my Flyers cup.
Meech, what's going on with Embiid?
Who the fuck knows? He's having a 2-day long MRI.
Is that because he's so tall?
Yeah,
It takes that long?
no, I think it's because the Sixers medical staff is so incompetent. This is like the worst case scenario for the, and I mean, of course, it was bound to happen because nothing good ever happens to us. But he was going great. You know, even he wasn't missing as many games, but he would take off an entire fourth quarter, and you do that 4 games in a row. That's like taking off an entire game, you know. So he was doing good, and then he had this little knee flare up. And then somehow they made it seem like he got guilted into coming back early, which is crazy. Like, how do you? I could see if he's a young player, but at this point, he knows his body. He knows what he has to do. And if this is based solely on trying to play enough games for the MVP, it's absolutely ridiculous. I hate everything about it. There's no reason he should have been even on this road trip out there if this is how his knee felt.
I'm going to go to Mark since his name is down there as Embiid's witch doctor. How are we feeling about this, Doc?
I feel horrible about this in all kinds of ways. I'm concerned, and I said this. I think we were kicking this around a little bit in our pre-show production meeting. I don't understand it's all good. He's just gearing up for the playoffs, because if you can't play 2/3, 3/4 of the regular season, how are you going to make it through a long playoff run where you're playing 4 games in 5 nights? So I think one is directly tied to the other.
He
And how are
had
you
that
going to
issue.
make it through? How are you going to make it through playing 40 plus minutes a game in the playoffs, which you got to do? You can't play 31 minutes a game in the playoffs.
Yeah, but Mark, the games aren't ever back to back in the playoffs. You have at least one day off in between every game, and if it's a road series, if you're going traveling, you might have 2 days off.
You only play two series. That's how you do it, buddy.
Well,
He's out
that's a
thinking
good way to do it. I'm honestly concerned, and I love Embiid. I am an Embiid backer through and through, but I am honestly concerned that he's never going to be able to make it through the regular season or the playoffs.
It's a legit concern, Mark.
So I think were you guys watching the game last night?
Yeah.
So you could notice there was something wrong with his knee. Like he couldn't jump for stuff. You could see how he just pivoted away from it, putting any weight on it. Something was wrong. He shouldn't have been out there. That's another one of my problems. Like we didn't want him playing. Not even just that. Why is he out there when you can tell he's laboring in pain?
The only reason is he's trying to qualify for the MVP, or I think there was a report out there from Sam Amick, the NBA writer, who said that Embiid was almost guilted into playing because of all the criticism he got about ducking Jokic in Denver again, which is, I mean, it's crazy that Embiid would feel guilty about that. I don't believe that report, but I don't know why he would play on that. There's no point unless he's trying to get the MVP so bad, which at this, just give it up. Who gives a shit? It's a dumbass rule anyway.
Halliburton, who's injured, and he's on a minute restriction, so he gets that 20 minutes per game. So he's eligible. I think he has something in his contract for it. Like it's
He's the
now
one
you have to have the
is
65
actually
minimum.
Halliburton.
And that's for the All NBA team, not MVP. He
Yeah,
needs that
he needs
that money if he qualifies for All NBA. He'll get that incentive in his contract, to where it's the same rule for All NBA. If you play less than 65, you can't make All NBA. But I mean, I don't. Adam Silver, who is really like I can't stand the guy. He's such a downgrade from David Stern, who was brilliant. He knew how to move the NBA forward. Adam Silver he's making the NBA less popular, is what he's doing. But he implemented, or his committee or whoever implemented this stupid rule to now where people might get injured because they're trying to recover quicker to make an incentive in their contract because they have to play 65 games. It's crazy. He started the play-in tournament, which was trying to get more teams into the playoff race, but what it did, it also hindered the trade market, because now the teams that are the 11th seed, they're like, shit, we might get to play for a play-in. We're not trading any guys, to where it hinders activity and the trade deadline. Everything he does is counterproductive. The guy's a friggin' idiot. The in-season tournament, nobody cares about that. Nobody will ever give a shit that the Lakers won that in-season tournament. I'm hoping in a few years they'll do away with it. He doesn't. He renamed all of the trophies like the MVP. There's nothing wrong with having the MVP trophy. He's got to name it the Michael Jordan Trophy, and the Western Conference is the Magic Johnson. Like he has to put his footprint on shit that it doesn't need to be there. There was no need for any of this shit. And this
putting
65
Brian
game rule is just,
Colangelo on the Sixers. He did that too.
yeah, he did a lot of shit. He ruined the All-Star game. He made it a pickup basketball game to where you don't even
they're
know
going
what the
back to
teams
no
are.
Elam ending this year, by the way.
Which it sucked, because I thought the Elam ending was the only interesting part about the All-Star
It's
game.
the only time they played.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear. I don't honestly think, I don't disagree with you with any of that, but I don't honestly think that Embiid playing or not playing right now has anything to do with the MVP. And that's what actually concerns me more about Embiid right now. Is like,
Right.
I don't think he's fit to play. MVP, no MVP. I mean, he looked horrible last night. And, he exerted himself through the first few weeks of January, capped by the 70-point performance. And then look where he is physically now. It's like the more he plays, the worse it gets.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the answer to that? Like,
I don't know.
You can't just rest them. You play them 3 quarters. What's the answer? Maybe the guy's just fragile. Maybe he falls to the ground too much. Who knows? But he's not durable. And every season, at the end of the year, he's falling apart. He's injured. He's tired. He can't make it through, and his points drop. This is every year. I mean, if it was once or twice, it would be, maybe that's just coincidence. This is every single time out, and it looks like this is just going to be a repeat of every other Sixers year. It's disappointing.
I'm gonna throw a rock in here real quick. See how his noise is. You got something on Embiid, Rock?
Yeah,
we can work with it.
He looks out of shape, like he always does. He needs to get on the LeBron James program, whatever the hell LeBron's doing at age 50, whatever the hell, however old he is. He needs to get on that program. It looks, year after year, the dude looks out of shape, looks uninterested, disinterested. Like, I don't know what's going on with the dude, but I thought that with the new coach, he would, light a little bit of a fire under his ass, and it seemed like that's the case. Like, when he does get on the court, he does play well, but it still seems like he has a problem with his conditioning. And I know he's a big body, and like when you're a big body like that, like not just tall but big and wide, those guys are prone to injuries. So like, he's got to figure out what the hell's going on. Get on that LeBron program.
When you're 7'1" and you weigh that much and you take a pounding, your knees you can't condition your knees. You can't.
Yeah.
Like, you can do exercises to strengthen everything, but at the end of the day, your knees are going to buckle. It happens to every big center that weighs a lot.
Yeah,
Remember every center in the '80s had those big giant knee pads,
Mhm.
like every single one.
my
They
like
have
Patrick
bad
Ewing,
knees because the
Patrick
big
Ewing
weight.
sitting on the bench with his
Yeah.
dual bags of ice taped to his knees with saran wrap.
It's always been that way. You either tough through it or you
Yeah,
say you got knee swelling and you sit out 5 games.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
You're either
that
fragile or you've got some God-given ability to, not get dinged up. I mean,
right, and I'm not even calling them a bitch or saying like you got to toughen up, but
yeah,
some people are built different than others.
that's
yeah.
exactly right.
But that rule, back to that rule, is that a newer rule? I don't
It just
remember
was
ever hearing about it.
implemented this year.
Yeah, it's terrible. It just leads to injury. Like all these guys, like when T. Howe came back, was it 2 weeks ago or about a week ago, when he like re-injured his hamstring? It was clear that he was not ready to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with Embiid. I watched that game last night, and like you just like all game, he's getting abused by Kamunga, this new guy, whatever the hell his name is. The
Kuminga?
dude's playing Kaminga, whatever. Dude's
been
playing
around.
It's
on.
like his 3rd year.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. This is his first year going off. But this dude's like, this is a guy that Embiid would usually just abuse on both sides of the court. And this dude was giving Embiid work. The dude was playing on one leg. And the only reason he's out there is to try to qualify for the MVP or All Pro or whatever. And it's just like, it's a money thing. Like, yeah, these dudes got a ton of money. You know, you would think, oh, well, what's an extra million or two to these guys? But you don't know their situation. And they're out there just to get that extra check. You know what I mean? That's going to come with them playing that extra, game and getting that end of the season reward for MVP, All Pro, 6-man, whatever. And it's a stupid rule. It's the dumbest rule. I can't see this hanging around anymore.
Oh, it'll change
Playing
again.
devil's advocate, didn't the players have to agree to this rule?
It's in the
Maybe-
CBA.
Wasn't it like it's in the CBA? So whoever's running the Players Association, they kind of screw the players up with this shit too, right?
Well, here's the thing. How many players out of the NBA does qualifying for all NBA and the MVP apply to? 10, 15? Like,
Right.
it's a very limited thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't even know why half of the league gets a vote on this, because they'll never be involved in any way in it.
Except no one's going to qualify this year, and like TJ McConnell's going to win MVP.
Yeah, it just makes no sense. I don't know whose idea. And like, what is it? 15 games? Right? That's the rule. 15 games.
65.
No, you have to
You can
play
miss
65 games, so you can miss 17.
Miss 17
Like,
games. Yeah, that's just
JoJo's already missed 11,
Rock,
10.
you're getting cut again. It's a little loud. We gotta. Sorry, Rock. I don't want to get in trouble by Jesse. He still scares me. It's going back to Embiid. Yeah, you can only miss that. You have to play 65 games. I mean, I think someone was it missing 17, which
And then 20 minutes. You have to hit the 20-minute mark in those games as well.
Which is
it's
silly. Like, who came up with these rules? And they also have this thing where they can fine the teams now if they did what the Sixers did, especially because that was a nationally televised game. I think that was on ABC against the Nuggets, where Embiid came out to warm up and they noticed his knee wasn't looking good, so they deactivated him. That's a finable offense because he's a star player. There's some caveat to where if you were an all-star in like the past 4 years and you miss a game, nationally televised game that you were listed as probable for, like it's a no. You get fined. I don't know what the consequences are, but it's one of those stupid rules that, along with the 65 game thing, it was all tied together to try and prevent load management, which you simply cannot prevent. It's too far gone. These guys, like Kawhi Leonard, perfected it. They just sit out for long periods of time, and then they figure they'll be ready for the playoffs.
and before Embiid tried to go up against the Warriors, the Sixers were getting investigated for the Nuggets game. Do you think the ownership and like management pushed them a little bit?
They deserve to get investigated.
Minutes beforehand.
But if you look, I mean, the guy.
But do you think that's part of the reason why Embiid played against the Warriors? Because you think management was like, we might get in trouble here.
I don't know. But if that's the reason, That's ruining basketball. We effectively lost our center for another. I mean, let's just say his MRI comes back that there's a slight tear, which I think everyone's knee there could technically like you can. I remember this shit back when he got injured before. There's technically a slight tear in everyone's meniscus.
All of our
So,
knees probably have tears.
yeah, if you were the least bit athletic at one point in your life. So they're going to come back and say, this is my guess. He's got a slight tear in his meniscus. He's going to hold off on surgery to the end of the year, which again will put in that built-in excuse. Oh, he was never healthy the whole year. It's all. I've seen this shit before, man.
He will be out through the All-Star break at least.
And he'll be re-examined in 2 weeks. Is their famous quote. So that's my prediction. So we can do a IG reel when this comes to fruition. MRI, slight tear in the meniscus. He's going to opt to have no surgery. And he'll be re-examined in 1 to 2 weeks. He'll probably be out 6 to 8, something like that.
I put out my plan. I said you would rest them until 2 weeks before the playoffs. 2 weeks is enough to revamp, to get up and going. I understand you guys want to play, but I want a championship. Like I don't care about.
They'll be in the play-in tournament if they do that. They're 3-9 without him this year.
And now Maxi's got an
trade
ankle injury that no one can explain to you what it is or when it happened or like what did he trip over his steps at home? This didn't happen in a basketball game. What's going on here? Like it's crazy.
It's
what's going
the
on?
Sixers being the Sixers.
This is life for us, man. Like, why are we the idiots here wondering why this is happening to us? Why would anything else happen to us? We drafted 2 number 1 overall picks that couldn't shoot the ball or wouldn't shoot the ball. Like, what is nothing other than this is going to happen to us.
Yeah, I can't take it anymore. Which leads to my
to other people feeling our pain. The football NFC AFC championship games. How do you think Ravens and Lions
that made it worse? The Ravens brought up all that PTSD for us. Like for me, at least dealing with that was a team that should have won. You felt good about it, and then when it came down to it again, they shit the bed. It reminded me of those old Donovan years.
I just knew the Chiefs were winning that game. I sent Fink.
I was
in the group chat. I go, there's no doubt that the Chiefs are winning this game today. Like that, it's just going to happen. There's nothing you can do to prevent it. The Ravens tried taunting them for some reason, and it just didn't work out. It wasn't good. And I wanted the Ravens to win. I didn't want to see Kansas City back in here, but it's just that Mahomes is too friggin' good, man. You can't kill him. You could try and break his ankle. You could crack his helmet. You could put him on the road. At home. No matter what, he finds a way to win, and it's infuriating.
He's really quickly ascended into that kind of LeBron for me. That like LeBron type space where it's like you could become so accustomed to them doing amazing, spectacular shit on a regular basis.
See, LeBron,
like it doesn't matter.
I used to love watching him fail, so it wasn't. That's not the same to me.
But it's the same.
I used to be a LeBron hater too.
Yeah.
Well, then I came around. I was like, he's just too far.
I mean, technically, I'm a Mahomes hater, so whatever.
Yeah.
It's all.
He annoys me too. Yeah.
He doesn't even annoy me, and I like watching him play. I don't understand how he wins all these friggin' games. They have no receiving core, and he's doing this. But on the NFC side, if I was the Lions or a Lions fan, I mean, shit, I don't know if I'd be able to come back from that. That was. And I love. Did you see Dan Campbell? Whatever, man. He went through for those 4th downs. That Josh Reynolds dropped the ball. He called 2 good plays on the 4th down. They just didn't execute them. You can't kill him for that. He's been aggressive all year. And but after the game, he told his team, he's like, "Guys, that might have been our only chance." He's like, "I'm just being real with you," which is some fucked up shit to say to your team.
But it's also,
it's true.
100% true. Because he's like, all these coaches all the time say, "Hey, we got all these people coming back. We'll make it back," and it's not always like that. And he said, "Listen,
that's the halftime speech, not the end of the game speech. You got to give that to him at halftime, like." Yo, guys, keep it tight. This might be the end for you. We might never get here again type of speech. Not like The guy that's the end for everybody. You
That was a
guys.
brutal L.
That momentum shifted like that. It was like so immediate, and then
And you felt it.
And then when it was at its peak, Jameer Gibbs took the handoff on the wrong side and then got tackled and had the ball post. It was just like how does that happen? That's crazy.
How do you think not just us, but as an entire fan base, Eagles fans would have handled that if we were in the Lions situation going out like that?
Suicides.
I mean, we were up 10 in the Super Bowl.
There would have been
All right, you're right.
You see
You're
that
right,
guy
Tom.
yesterday?
All right,
I don't mean to laugh
man.
at this, but yesterday that guy in like Bucks County or some shit who decapitated his dad and then went on YouTube and like pulled out his severed head.
I'm not laughing. No, I know. That was a meltdown. I would have. I tweeted out
how some Eagles fans might react to something like that.
You would
severed heads and bags, that kind of shit.
It'd be
you would be meeting me on the Ben Franklin personally. I'd probably have a couple of friends out there. We'd high fiving each other on the way down.
Yeah, it would be like a group dive. It would be like a synchronized dive into the Schuylkill.
Go Birds, baby.
Go Birds, yeah.
It makes what we did in the Super Bowl last year feel a little bit better because that was way worse.
What happened after we were up? We were up 10. We lost it. Never recovered. You lost in the World Series. Up in the World Series has to give you some trust issues, right, Meech?
Arizona Diamondbacks.
It's really it's getting on to be pathetic how much we are getting killed in every advantageous spot that we had.
Games,
being like you said, being up 10 in the Super Bowl last year at halftime, you're like, man, this is. Have they blown a 10-point lead at the half all year? Probably not. Has Kansas City come back? Probably not. It's just going to happen. It's inevitable now. We're up 10 at the half.
5 years.
Then you got the Phillies. They lose the World Series. Then the next year they come back and they got 2 games at home to close out the Diamondbacks, and they can't do it. It's like, I mean, will I ever buy? I won't spend a lot of money on a ticket again at home just because I'm like, they're going to ruin this. Like, they're going to lose this game. The Sixers, how they go out year after year. It's like 4 years in the second round.
Gutless.
And now the Flyers, they were doing good there, and then all of a sudden now their goalie is in an investigation for sex abuse and like he's taking a leave from the team and he's going to turn himself in.
Is he one of the 4 guys?
Yeah, he's one of those junior hockey guys. He was in a lot of trouble. He's
actually now officially
like anything that happens good, it's just going to get offset by something like you're just waiting for the bad thing to happen, for the other shoe to drop every time you're looking good, and it's really frustrating as a sports fan. I might just stop. Stop. Stop watching, rooting for Philly teams.
Finally been broken.
That's NIL ruined the Big Five. How about that? Can we add that to the list? The NIL ruined the Big Five.
You can add it to your list.
Villanova ruined the Big Five, pal.
If you want to. The Union had like the best team, and then 2 days before the championship game, they all came down with COVID a few years ago. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Like anything that could happen bad to these guys, it just happens. And by the way, I want to tell a quick funny story.
We need to have a seance.
I got tipped off. Somebody that I know knew somebody at the Union, and I got a text like, "Yo, I don't know if you could bet this game, but everybody on the Union has COVID, and I don't even know if they'll have enough guys to suit up for the championship game." And at that point, New York Red Bull was like a plus 240 underdog. And the only one who had it was DraftKings. So I logged on to DraftKings, put a few hundred on the New York Red Bull, which I guess is bad. I shouldn't have done that. But I had inside info, which is good.
That you've now admitted to.
which I've now admitted to.
I'm gonna say
how many people are in this broadcast right now? Hopefully not.
yeah,
that
you're
many.
good. You're good in jail,
Hundreds,
bud.
if not
Sorry.
thousands.
Yeah, throw me in jail for making $280 off the New York Red Bull in 2020, please.
I will say that Beach did tell a couple friends that inside stuff.
I gave it to the
too.
group chat.
And I'll
So
admit
now
right
we're
here,
all
I did put
indicted. If
I
I'm
did
going
put
down, you're going down.
I did throw a few bucks on it because that's good inside info. It's like, listen, if your team's gonna lose,
And then, do you remember how bad the odds flipped? It was like New York Red Bull were minus 300, like a day later.
it was terrible. But I only
Your
put like
team's
$5
gonna
on it.
lose. Just let us know, please. Please, just let us know ahead of time.
It makes you feel a little bit better, like you're hurting, but you have more money in your pocket.
Nobody likes to hear about a gambling win. They love hearing about bad beats and losing.
Ooh.
Fink, do you want to throw up my
You
bad
go.
beat from the other night? I want to explain
Absolutely, I do.
what happened to me real quick. This was a chili bet, so shout out Chili Bets. They found somebody in their Discord found out a new like type of glitch for FanDuel in the live basketball betting. If you take two guys for to get reach a certain plateau in points, and the under in the game, it shoots the odds way up. So look, for example, this is the other night. I had DeMar. This is at halftime. I placed this bet. At halftime, DeMar DeRozan had 8 points and Jeremy Grant had 13. So I put $15 on DeMar to get 20 and Jeremy Grant to get 15 and the under 207.5. So Jeremy Grant gets to 23 by the end of the third quarter, right? DeMar DeRozan gets his 20 with like 3 minutes to go in the fourth. So going into the fourth, Jeremy Grant needs 2 points. About halfway through, he gets fouled, shoots a first free throw, makes it. Second free throw, bricks it. So now he's got 24 points with still 6.5 minutes to go in the entire fourth quarter. And he doesn't come out because it's a close game and he plays the whole fourth quarter. So he doesn't take one shot for the rest of the fourth quarter until it's the game's over. The Bulls are up like 7 or 8 or whatever the hell it was. And they inbound the ball to Jeremy Grant. And at the end of the game where they just let the guy shoot the open 3-pointer because who gives a shit, the game's over. He dribbles down nice. It was like you're in a gym shooting by yourself. He just pulls up for 3. Short. That bet, there's a $15 bet, would have won like $3,300. Which was bad enough for me. And if you look up top there, it was a bonus bet that I used. I didn't even use actual money. This was a free bet. So $15 free bet would have won like $3,300. Now Chili Bets put $500 on it to win $100K. Imagine how Chili Rufo feels right now. Yeah.
Look at Rock just had a face in there. He was like, "Oh shit!"
What'd you get 2 technicals already? You get ejected?
Rock's out of there.
Game didn't even start yet. I'm trying to keep this on mute because the game's about to start. So I might see you guys in a little bit. All right.
You got to turn it around. Mute it. Oh no, Fink, you got to mute it and let us watch his this JV league, whatever it is they play out there.
There is a way I can mute and unmute. Okay, we got this. Let's see what he does. I'll be watching back here. We're gonna watch Rock get an Embiid injury
from the other night, and I'm trying to. I was trying not to get mad about it because I was laying in bed and I didn't want to upset my wife, and so I had to hold that in, emotionally hold that in until the next day. I told her, I says, last night this happened.
Rock's medical staff is better. That's funny.
I'm giving up gambling until the Super Bowl. I'm just gonna take a couple of weeks off, let the NBA and stuff reset. Like you're out here, you have the stars getting like Zion will be out there. He's on my no bet list now. He'll go out there 20 games in a row, have 20 points, and then I bet on him, and he gets like 14 points.
He's another guy. He took tonight off. He just takes nights off when he eats too much during the day or something.
And like the other day, I had DeMar DeRozan had a 3-pointer in 6-7 straight games. Why not put him to get 1-3? Guy doesn't even shoot a fucking 3 in a game or something. He was like 0 for 1. Like, I'm just tired of it. It's just stupid stuff. Betting stupid. Don't do it. 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm tired of it. Ugh.
That is
Moving
true.
on. Moving on. So today, Twitter was ablaze because our Philadelphia Phillies not getting ready for spring training yet, but we had a jersey leak that everyone ran with, and these are supposedly the new City Connect jerseys, and we are going to bring it up on the screen right here.
Boo. Boo.
So I sort of first the rumors came out that the Phillies were doing this jersey, and they said they're doing it off of the flag of Philadelphia, which half of Philadelphians probably don't even know which is your Philadelphia the flag.
Bring that
I
jersey
guarantee
back
you.
up while we eviscerate it.
So they want it blue and yellow. What the fuck? There is yellow on the sleeve and around the logo. That's the yellow. There is a back. I think the players' names are in the back.
The gradient looks like if you're wearing like a blue T-shirt and you walk into a swimming pool just up until your belly, and then you get back out. That's what you look like.
There are better beer league co-ed softball jerseys than this.
It looks like you remember Starter used to make baseball jerseys out of like football teams.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like if Starter made a Philadelphia Union baseball jersey.
I thought it was a partnership with the Union. I that's what I'm waiting to hear.
And I do like the idea.
Disrespect to the Union. It looks like hypercolor. You remember those hypercolor shirts where the heat would change? I mean, it's ridiculous. And what color are the pants going to be? Are they going to be the light blue or the dark blue? And are the pants then going to turn into light blue at the bottom?
Are we the Mariners?
Or are the pants going to be yellow? Like, what's going on here? What are we doing to these jerseys? Just enough with the new jerseys, please.
And I'm calling it right now because I said it earlier. The font, it's going to be like the Phillies fans' electricity, and Ben Franklin found it. Like it's going to be something so corny like
all
that.
Corny shit. Yeah.
They come into all the details.
Can you put that back up for 1 second? Think, is it me or is the proportion of the lettering terribly off? Not only left and right, but the size of it. It is so. I mean, this is the least problem with this jersey. It's horrid, but the writing is so small too. It's just, why? Just why?
Do you think like teams intentionally leak these jerseys and stuff to see the fan reaction before the real ones come out?
No, because that was on eBay. So I don't know how somebody got that. Like it's technically not official yet. That could be a bootleg, but I doubt it. It looks like. I mean, did you see the it reminds me of the San Francisco Giants City Connect jersey. It was supposed to represent like the San Francisco fog, and it was like it was the worst, ugliest jersey. It reminds me of that. There's just no creativity that goes into these. I don't know why they don't call in like 50 fans into and say, hey, what do you think of this jersey? And they can all tell you, yo, you're gonna get crushed on these, dude. Like, don't put these out to the public. Like, stop it. Throw these out.
Would you rather have the Phillies red jerseys back or these?
Oh, not even close.
I'd rather have a minor league team come up and wear there's no comparison. I'd rather have anything besides these. Look at that.
That's a beauty.
That has nothing to do with the Phillies.
They look like the uniforms from that banana baseball team.
Yeah.
The Savannah Bananas.
I mean, what they should have done is just brought back the Kelly Green St. Patty's Day uniforms coming off the Eagles and just rode those coattails a little bit. There's
a million things they could have done. They could have made it like an homage to the Philly fanatic, and it would have been a huge hit. They don't know what they're doing, and they don't ask anybody who knows what they're doing. They just employ people who I'll come up with something, and they have no connection with it's a City Connect jersey, but they have no fucking connection with the city.
Well, hold on. So these are Nike, right? Yeah. Nike's blotching NBA a bunch too, I feel.
Well, Nike is produced by Fanatics now. Nike gives Fanatics the ability to just throw the swoosh onto their printed material because it's easier for everybody involved.
To just license.
No, but I mean, like Nike still designs these jerseys, though. It's not; they're not giving it to
I mean,
Fanatics to do it.
I
'Cause
don't know
these
if
are
Nike
jerseys that-
does
Time's
or
coming from the
if it's
Sixers.
it's probably Phillies jersey designers.
Or Phillies, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because they're all connected. So they all make their own, like each city like submits it to Nike or something like that because it's a collection. Like every team has it.
Yeah, but each team makes their own, and then they just send it to Nike and says, "Make these, you idiot." Like Nike has no input in the creativity of these jerseys. They might have had
If
something
they did,
to
it
do.
wouldn't look like that.
I think Nike might
So,
have had something to do
who
with
do
like
you-
the Seattle Seahawks jerseys.
Right.
There's a couple teams that
Oregon.
Nike works closely with,
Oregon.
and they
University of
design their
Oregon.
shit. But for the most part, the team designs their own shit and just says, "Nike, this is what we want. Make it for us."
So we think that somebody in a Phillies organization made these.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm not going to name.
How do you how can you be that disconnected from your
Someone
fan
who was in
page?
the organization until about 8 hours ago.
Are you calling it a city disconnect jersey? Think about that.
Just let that sit.
Yeah.
We're all gonna sit here with that joke. Nah. Damn, how am I gonna come back from that one? That was good, Meech. That was good.
Sorry, man. I got to do it every once in a while.
But again, I didn't see anybody who had any positive reaction to it today, except for a couple of people who love the
I
Phillies,
think
and
the
they're
good
like,
fight. The good fight was like, it's not that bad, and everyone's like, yeah, it is. You fucking idiot.
I think a couple people said wait until they see it on players, and I don't think that's going to change my opinion that much.
Know what I did see on Twitter a lot today, which I thought was pretty
That
funny.
jersey's going to look better on Kyle Schwarber than it does on the screen. Come on. He's going to look like a big
Mark.
blue blob.
Mark, can you fill us in? What's behind you today? I like the rotating. Like you had the Eddie Jones jersey, you've had Kobe's jersey. What's behind you today?
So there's this print. It's like a Simpsons print, sort of knockoff of The Sopranos, but with all the Simpsons character looking at Homer as if he's, James Gandolfini. Tony
Does it say the
Soprano.
Sopranos?
Yeah, and I got to say, this is the single greatest white elephant score ever.
A bidet?
Well, sorry, not as good as the portable bidet. Second best ever. And it's autographed by all of the creators and animation artists on The Simpsons. And someone brought it to a white elephant I was at, I don't know, about 10 years ago. And
Really?
it was like the hot item, and I ended up playing, those cards right and end up with it.
Is Sam Simon on there?
I'll check.
The Howard Stern Show legend, Sam Simon.
Good heart. Where is this party at? That sounds like a pretty exclusive party.
It's like one of my old near and dear growing up friends.
Jeffrey Epstein.
That was pretty good.
Sorry, Mark.
No,
Jeff,
for everyone
Jesse's
who's watching,
fired all of us.
that's not who it was.
I don't know what made me say that.
Well, Meech now put me on my heels, Fink, so I know how it feels.
He catches you off guard, and you're just thinking like. All right, so we got a few minutes left before we get out of here. How's everybody doing? How's life?
Yo,
Anyone else want?
If anybody's still paying attention here, I have one play for tonight.
Yeah.
If you're on FanDuel,
That's what we wanted to
the
get out.
bet has creeped up to plus 1,000.
Whoa.
Dame Lillard traveling back to Portland, where he's viewed as a god pretty much, and it's on ESPN to score 40 plus points. Dame Lillard is plus 1,000. So if you lay $10 on Dame Lillard to score 40 points tonight, if he does it, you win $100. FanDuel also has a 30% bet odds boost. So if you use that odds boost, you can bump it up to plus 1,300, and that's even better than plus 1,000. So that's my play for tonight. If anyone's watching and would like to win money, Dame Lillard to score 40 points against his old team on ESPN.
I have one question before we all leave. What are you guys doing this Sunday with no football?
Working.
Kids basketball.
Kids basketball.
I'll see Mark.
So-
I'll see Mark along the.
You know what I just realized? Though, the
Mark
Sixers,
and Tom are playing 2 kids in basketball.
the Sixers play at home Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday coming up, potentially with no Embiid and no Maxey. Man, that's gonna be a depressed Wells Fargo Center.
I'm going to be getting texts from Mark. Mark's going to be like, yeah, you need 2 tickets?
That's what it said. There's going to be tickets to be had. That's what I'm hearing.
Shit, I'll take tickets.
This is when the kids get to go to the games.
Yeah.
So,
Unbelievable.
you guys said you guys are going to kids basketball. If the Eagles were in it, how do you guys manage that? Like, say it was at the NFC Championship.
Oh, my kids know I'm watching the NFC Championship.
So like, it's like a morning thing. I don't have kids. I don't know when you guys sports times are.
Well,
Well,
you know-
we've rescheduled games over.
Yeah, I think a
conference
lot
like
of
that.
times
Yeah.
parents are cognizant of that, and the 2 teams come together and would reschedule a game
Yep.
for something like that.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
daughter
not
has a game
moms.
scheduled at, I mean, this brings you back to why would a kids league schedule games? Like Logan has a game at 7 p.m. on Super Bowl Sunday. Like, why would they even schedule
Yeah.
a game at that time?
When it
And,
comes
like-
to that, I just give them the benefit of the doubt that they just put the schedule together and they had no idea when the Super Bowl was. Because nobody would in their right mind do that.
Right.
That's how I think.
Right. But like, you shouldn't be in charge of scheduling youth sports if you don't know when the Super Bowl is. Like,
But like somebody should contact them as soon as they figure it out, and I bet you they would reschedule and say, "All right, we'll do it at 4:30."
I
right.
heard what they're angling towards though is having it be, because there's all this chatter about people wanting it to be Super Bowl Saturday, because that way you have the next day off, and they're talking about making it permanently that Sunday before President's Day, so that way it essentially is.
Just make the Monday after the Super Bowl national holiday. Problem solved.
Boom.
Get on it, Joe Biden.
If Biden ran on that, it's election year. Got my vote on that one.
If he ran on that alone, the Shield is
And-
undefeated.
And
Man.
let's bring these stimmies back, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Stimmies and day after the Super Bowl, national holiday.
Why don't politicians think about this? Why don't
Keep
they
it
think about
simple.
this? Just,
Keep it simple, stupid.
yeah, you win over half the country with these ideas. Look at us. We're smiling like idiots up here, all excited for our stimmies and our day off after the Super Bowl.
Listen, you can easily buy my vote. I'm a sucker. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
And then you drop this stimmy before Super Bowl Sunday, and that money's just going right back into the economy.
Yeah.
Things build back better, Joe. We just solved
You know
all
what?
of America's problems.
We should pitch DraftKings and
Yeah.
FanDuel. Listen,
FanDuel stimmy bonus.
Yes.
You get double your bonus
There
if you
you go.
deposit your whole stimmy.
It just goes right in.
Yeah.
You scan your stimulus check, and you get $1,200 in bonus bets right there.
Oh man.
And you get
Why don't-
FanDuel would probably subsidize 30% of the stimulus and give you a 20% boost.
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
So-
Actually, we should.
Yeah, I read something.
Agent, get on this, please, for us.
I read something that when FanDuel gives you free bets, they're tax write-offs for FanDuel, like actual money. Like that's like them giving away money and writing it off.
'Cause it's
as taxes.
It's promotional. Oh my! Ew, them little dirt balls.
Yeah, it's free money for them.
Business expense.
And it makes us more apt to be degenerates.
Yeah, now they bumped my max bet up to $50 because I've been losing so much. So now I'm like $50
Yeah.
free bet if I lose this. And look at me, dumbass, taking off until the Super Bowl now because I
They
can't get
keep blood in the water.
They're like, we're gonna catch this idiot.
Except don't forget to bet Dame Lillard tonight, Fanky, before you take off. Yeah.
I put 50 cents on it with the boost to win 24.50.
Let's go.
That's all I had left. That's all I had left in my account when Meek said I was trying to do it before the show. I'm probably adding more on that. No, I won't. I'm taking off to the Super Bowl. I forgot.
7 days.
Ah,
It's like eight days from now.
What are you guys doing for the Super Bowl? Anything interesting? I mean, I guess we could talk about this next week, but while we're here, just shooting the shit, and Jesse's not here to parent us.
I'm throwing
Yeah,
a party
we'll
in the
get it.
coop. You guys aren't coming?
Are you?
is this a thing?
I figured you were too, but I guess I'll host, and you can just be a guest that night, Meech.
No, I mean, that's fine with me. Let's do it.
Yeah, we should do a party here. Right?
Not that I give
I'll
a
come.
shit about the game or anything in general. Life.
I'll hit the restaurant depot. We'll get some wings. We'll fry them up. You know,
Let's
we had
do
some
it.
good wings last time.
Sounds like a party.
What is
Why are
going
there
on in the
fireworks
background?
going? I have no idea. That's
What was that? Did you look at that?
Is that you? Is that you, Fink?
no. I didn't touch nothing. My hands are here.
Wait,
Fink,
you
you
weren't
did
the
that,
one
man.
doing the thumbs up and downs on Meech tonight?
No, I was trying to press them. I didn't know what it was.
Wow. I wonder if the ghost of Jesse is here somehow or something.
That's what it was.
It would be in the studio.
That was Jesse talking to us. That was Jesse saying, "Wrap it up, fellas."
Yeah, you guys know what time it is?
Dame
Game time.
Come on, baby.
All right. That's it. Episode 69. No Jesse in the books. Hopefully,
69!
Ooh, it's that time
Nice.
to wear it.
thanks for joining us. We appreciate you guys. Tommy,
Yo, guys,
me,
good talking to you.
Mark. I love
Thank-
you guys. I'll see you guys this week.
I like you in that spot.
What?
Whoa.
Now I got balloons
That
over
is
here.
not me.
Mark,
That is not.
Mark, you have to stick around for the post game show.
It's not me.
Take me off of this.